Hey guys, it's Sam and this is my January book haul. The first book is a book that I purchased during a meetup that I did in Philadelphia because I'm about to move away from this area. I currently live in Delaware. You'll be watching this like a few days before I actually move. So I did a meetup because I wanted to meet some people and see some people that I knew lived in this area before I moved back to the Chicagoland area. So while we were at Barnes & Noble, I decided to pick up The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. This is the last book in the Folk of the Air trilogy. I just recently read Wicked King in December and decided that I wanted to finish out the series. I also really love these black covers, so I decided to pick up the Barnes & Noble edition when I had it available to me. Another pretty black cover, I was sent Sentsure Fall by Robert Jackson Bennett from Del Rey. This book is released in April and it is one of my most anticipated releases for this year. This is the second book in the Foundry Side series. I adored Foundry Side. It was one of my favorite books of 2019, so I'm very much looking forward to this book and to continuing on in this world. I really enjoy this world. It's one that I can really easily picture. This is run by a ton of different merchant guilds and they each hold the ability to use magic in this world because their magic, sort of alchemy, sort of magic, is that they inscribe things onto inanimate objects and they make them do things, so it's kind of like their technology. And the characters in here are archetypal type characters, but those things are twisted on their head. I just really enjoy the characters and the plot and the writing and the world. So very much looking forward to continuing with this series. Then from Big Honcho Media, I was sent We Were Vikings by Andrew David MacDonald, and this is probably a literary fiction-y type story, but I'm not sure from the synopsis if there's going to be any kind of magical elements. But if I was a 21-year-old girl and she is a Viking enthusiast, she just loves Viking history and mythology and things like that, and it sounds like from the synopsis that she might be on the spectrum somewhere because it lists some number of things that have to be very technical as far as like her rules and things like that. And she discovers that her older brother, who she lives with, is kind of involved in some questionable dealings, and so she goes on kind of like her own Viking quest and everything kind of goes from there. So this is one that I'm not sure about because I'm not sure if it's like, is this just literary fiction? Is there going to be some like fabulism elements in it? Things like that. But I do love some good Viking lore, so we'll see if I want to dip my toes into this one. Then I was also sent The Will in the Wilds by Charlie M. Holmberg. This book has actually already been released, but this was also on my most anticipated releases of the year. And this is about a girl that lives near a magical forest. You guys know how I feel about forests, and there are some mistings in those forests, and she ends up having to make a deal with one of them in order to save herself. So she basically makes a pact with a kiss, and part of his spirit goes into her and vice versa. So it roots him in the mortal world, but also potentially is killing her. And it sounds like it's sort of going to be like an enemies to lovers thing with sort of like a trickstery type character. So magical forests, angsty, enemies to lovers romance. I'm on board for this. And lastly, I was sent The Unlikely Escape of Uriah Heep by H.G. Perry. This is one that is sort of like a book lover's book. So this follows a character who can bring literary characters into our world, but then those characters kind of start going rampant. I almost envision it in like a Jumanji type way, and he has to kind of get things under control. So these are all going to be classical characters that are obviously not under copyright anymore. So you're going to see like characters from like Dickens and just like classics. I don't know why I pulled Dickens out because it's probably going to be more of the fantastical creatures like Jekyll and Hyde and things like that. But I feel like this is going to be sort of like a Jumanji meets The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which was one of my favorite trash movies. So I'm looking forward to this because this could be right up my alley. And lastly, we have this month's Owl Crate box. So as you guys know, I am an Owl Crate affiliate, so every month they send me a box to unbox, and then I also have a coupon code down below that you guys can use to get a certain % off your purchase. That does not give me any kind of financial kickback or any kind of financial compensation. That's just for you guys to use. And this month's theme is Vengeance Will Be Mine. So the first thing I'm going to open is this because this is an Owl Crate exclusive mug and I'm very much looking forward to this. This is the next mug in their series that they are doing with Kara Kozik is the artist, and these are Owl Crate exclusive mugs that are for all of the Harry Potter books, and they do, I believe, one a year. So this is the Order of the Phoenix mug, and these are basically the only mugs that I own. So there's scenes from the book around the whole of it, and they're very beautiful. Ooh, then we have some Crooked Kingdom socks. I love getting Owl Crate socks because I feel like my socks wear out a lot because I wear them in boots, and for some reason that just makes socks wear out really, really easily. So I love getting a restock on the socks. They had a Six of Crows socks. A Six of Crows socks? That doesn't make sense. They had Six of Crows socks in a previous box. And this is a map from The Hobbit, although mine is, something happened here. Oh, the loop just came off. It's fine. It's easily fixable. But this is a map. So it has like the Misty Mountains and like Smaug and all of that for The Hobbit. Then we have a candle from A Court of Candles. It's just called Seer. So it's dragon fruit and tropical rainforest scent. Oh, that's very, yeah, very fruity. And there's glitter on the top of it. That's pretty. It says, I've got words in your soul. And I believe, oh, it's like a little container thing with a mirror, but I don't know what this is supposed to hold. It can hold anything. So this is inspired by Nevernight, and it just has little compartments with a little pocket mirror, which is very cute. And this month's book is Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim, and this is apparently a Count of Monte Cristo gender-swapped retelling. Now, I'm not familiar with the Count of Monte Cristo, but this is, as you can see, an Owl Crate exclusive cover. This also has a signed letter from the author as well, just like every month. So this should be interesting because I do not have any serious knowledge of the Count of Monte Cristo. I'm sure as I see things, I'll be like, oh, this is so in pop culture and media that like I do recognize these things, but I do not have the basis of being like a huge Count of Monte Cristo fan. But it is a revenge story, I do know that. And you have this month's enamel pin that goes with this month's story. We have this month's newsletter, and that always has like things about the author and like interviews with some of the creators that are involved and the difference between the two covers. And then next month's theme for February is a power within. I really like the vibes on this for the art. And every February box will include a deck of playing cards inspired by Throne of Glass. So that is it for this month's book haul. Comment below, let me know if you have any thoughts about any of these books that I picked up and if you've read them, if you want to read them, things like that. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye.